crossed my line, now they're biting. Yeah, rocky coasts and lighthouses. What she knows now, I doubt it. Talk to me nice. I think your confusion starts with street lights.
Aries, what's up, guys? Welcome to your June 2019 reading. I'm lighting some sage before I get started. Clearing the space and the energy for you and for I. Alright, Aries, welcome to June. June is a combination of Gemini and Cancer energy. The first couple of weeks of June are going to be that Geminian energy, which is your third house of communication. We did have a new moon there earlier on in June, and we have a full moon in Sagittarius, your ninth house, at the middle of June, like June 15th to June 16th, and that's your ninth house of beliefs and long distance travel, expansion. I will have a full moon video coming out, guys, if you want to, know what's going on for that full moon for you. My Gemini new moon is already up. That video is already up if you want to check out the messages for the moon's energy. But for this video, we're just going to look into the energy of June for you, Aries. And since it's Gemini season, I really like to work with the light and the dark. So I'm bringing out some oracle cards this month to add to the messages of this reading. I have my Indigo Angel deck, which is a deck I bring out for the light vibrations. It's very angelic. So I like to bring this out very seldomly, but I do bring it out for Gemini and Libra energy and sometimes Pisces energy because we have this dual energy. Gemini is the twins, the light and the dark, the masculine, the feminine. And then I like to bring out my Wisdom of the House of Night deck for the more mysterious energies, the more dark energy. So we're working with a balance of light and dark, and we can thank Gemini season for that. To me, the best way that I'm explaining the light and the dark this month in my readings is the seen and the unseen. So we're going to pull you a card to symbolize something that you're aware of, to symbolize something that you know in June, something that you kind of have clarity about. But then we're going to balance it out by looking into the subconscious and getting a message of something that you don't know, Aries, something that's a bit more mysterious and under the surface, okay? So we're going to start with the Indigo Angel deck, and we are going to read from the book, you guys, and then we'll get started with the tarot. So what is the message for June for Aries? Please give me one card to best represent something that Aries is aware of in the month of June 2019, Aries energy. What is the message for Aries? Wow, Aries. Okay, so I did the Pisces reading last night, and they received divine timing. Aries, you are receiving divine purpose. Divine purpose and divine timing, those are like, I think all the cards are important, but this is really, really important, Aries. So there's something, wow, this is your aware position. So there's something that you're aware of. We're going to read from this, but just intuitively, I feel that most of you are really coming into what you're meant to do in June, okay? Divine purpose, that's understanding what it is that you're here for, what your job is, what your legacy is, the whole reason that you even exist. And to be aware of that, most of you have an inner awareness of that. You have a little bit of clarity. But there is an underlying message here of relax and release, okay? So you don't want to stress out too much about your divine purpose, Aries, because the thing about divinity is that it happens either way. It's something that has already happened, okay? It's aligned. So I'm not sure. I just feel like you want to take it easy when it comes to this divine purpose as well and not be so hard on yourself. Some of you could be feeling stressed with this relax and release card. So I really love this message for you guys. The fact that the ones that I'm picking up on, the Aries that I'm picking up on that are watching this video, there's something that you're clear about when it comes to your divine purpose. Let's go ahead and see what's going on behind the surface for you, Aries. Something that you don't know, something that might be hidden from you in June, something a bit more mysterious and subconscious. What's the message for Aries to go with this divine purpose? Divine purpose. What's the message for Aries for June 2019? What is it that we can talk about with them? Aries, June 2019. Give me one card for Aries, June 2019. Aries. Okay. You're getting two cards, Aries, which is fine. Alright. Hold on here. I have some hair on me. I hate that. The High Priestess of Water and Hope. Okay, so your reading is really aligning with the Pisces reading. Alright, and we have a specific water sign energy here, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. This is the Cancer energy for me. So I'm getting so many different messages for you, Aries. I have water sign energy here and Aquarius energy. So I feel like those two energies are going to be important for you in June. And if you're not dealing with an Aquarius with water sign energy, you know, you may be keeping hope and faith in some sort of emotional adventure or some kind of feeling of hope. This is definitely a feeling of hope that I'm picking up on, and I specifically feel Cancer and Aquarius. However that matters, however that's important, okay? Also, the other message I'm getting here is that Cancer season is going to be filled with a lot of hope, okay? Cancer season is coming in on June 21st, and I think that's going to be a much more hopeful time. I mean, look at how beautiful this is, Aries. Very blue energy. And the fact that you're getting divine purpose, and like Pisces got this card is what I'm trying to say. So if you're dealing with a Pisces, or if there's any Piscean energy, you may want to check out that reading, because so far I really do feel that the readings are coinciding, okay? The bottom of the deck for the dark message here, Aries, is the fledgling, and that's why I decided to keep this message for you instead of reshuffling, because this is my Aries card. This is the Fool card, and it's the number 1. You can see the number 1 up here. This is the first card in the deck. It's talking about having to experience something in order to have knowledge of it, and it's a new beginning. The fledgling is a completely new beginning, experiencing new things, kind of like the Fool, okay? And this is my Aries card, so there's an underlying energy here of you, of a new beginning, but there is a clear message underneath here. There's an underlying energy that I put over there that is saying that Aries needs to relax and release, because your divine purpose is here to assist you, and you know that, okay? You know that. So let's go ahead and read from the books to see the more in-depth messages. This is just what I'm picking up on intuitively, but there's probably something here a bit more logical as well for you, Aries. Divine Purpose, one of my favorite cards in this deck, and it's on page 19. Divine Purpose. This powerful card relates to your mission here on Earth. Your divine purpose is something you choose to experience on a soul level before coming into this lifetime. When you receive this card in a reading, to answer your question has to do with life fulfillment and soul lessons. Choose the pathway that leads you to closer to your purpose, and let go of the fleeting and the temporary diversions. The divine purpose of the Indigo is to bring about the changes on our planet that our planet needs, and help create a society built upon integrity, truth, and cooperation. This card is a message from the angels to realize just how powerful and essential your role is in this world. This is your call to leadership. Wow, Aries. You know, when I was reading that message, I was just really feeling how important Aries is to the zodiac. I think Aries is very important to the zodiac because you guys are the first sign. You know, you guys rule the self, you guys rule the personality, the aura, how we come off to other people. And that's why you guys are strong. That's why you're the ram. That's why you're a cardinal sign. So this is definitely a call to leadership that stuck out to me. And this is about your mission on Earth, okay? And apparently a divine purpose is something you choose to experience on a soul level before you even incarnate into this lifetime. So there may be something that you come into awareness of, Aries, in June that feels very familiar. You know, it very much fulfills your soul. It could be, your divine purpose could be somebody's mother. Your divine purpose could be being somebody's wife, somebody's girlfriend. It can involve romance is what I'm trying to say. It can involve family. It can involve your job. But this is actually feeling a bit deeper. I think some of you guys are really longing to know your divine purpose in June. Like you're really wanting to know, why the hell am I here? I'm an Aries, I'm powerful, I'm strong, I'm not a waste of space, I don't want to waste my life. I know I'm here for a reason. I'm here to do something. I'm here to say something. I'm here to lead. And it's like there's something that you're going to see about that, all right, in June. Now, there's a rainbow here that I just saw. Some of you guys, you know, it is Pride Month, so happy Pride Month to those of you who support and to those of you who are part of the LGBT community. So yeah, I feel like rainbows are a sign of your divine purpose, no matter how that manifests. It can be an actual rainbow. You can see one on TV. You can see, you know, there's tons of rainbow stuff out in June because of all the pride coming out here. But yeah, Aries, this is about experiencing something on a soul level, okay? And if you had some kind of question in mind when you clicked on this video, it has to do with life fulfillment. And there's also soul lessons. So some of you guys could be coming into the awareness of soul lessons, so karmic relationships, karmic debt. And it's talking about choosing a pathway that leads you closer to your purpose and letting go of anything that kind of diverts you from that, right? People, places, and things that you know are just not aligned with your true purpose. And that's up to you to see and to know, Aries. But it has something to do with bringing changes to the planet, right? Helping create a society that is that's more built on integrity, truth, cooperation. This card is a message from the angels to realize just how powerful and essential your role is in the world. I think some of you guys are coming into your power. Okay, you're stepping into your true role, your true divine role in this world, which is leadership, Aries. I love to see it. You know, I know Chiron is in Aries. I know that that's been really causing Aries to feel a little bit more melancholy. You're focusing a bit more on your wounds, when before you could probably just fall down, get your heart broke, get called a name, get disrespected, and it was okay, right? Over the last 7 years, when Chiron was in your 12th house, you kept your pain a bit more subconscious. But now that Chiron is in your first house, you are your own pain. And it's like, I feel like Chiron has just been affecting the way Aries heals. And it is good. It is a good and positive thing. But trust me, I'm a Pisces, and Chiron was in my sign before yours, Aries, for 7 years, ever since 2010. And yeah, it really did bring my attention to a lot of the pain that needed to be healed. It awakened my healing abilities to heal others. So there could be some of that going on, Aries. And I'm bringing that up because I feel like you need this reminder in June that you're a leader, that you're powerful, that you're strong, and that you're first, okay? And that you matter. It's really awesome to see that you guys are coming into the awareness of your divine purpose, okay? Now, you got 2 cards for the dark, and that's fine. I think they're important. Somebody here is losing hope emotionally, okay? Now, the 27th of June might be important. The 4th of June might be important because I'm seeing the numbers up here. And this was around the new moon, okay? The 4th of June was around that new moon, and we do have a moon here. The full moon in Sagittarius may be an important cycle for you as well. All right, so let's read from the book from these areas. We're going to read from the High Priestess of Water first. Now, water signs could be important. It doesn't have to be female. There's a specific Cancer here because the Cancers are the 4th house, so this is the 4 of water, but it could be Pisces energy, Scorpio as well. But it doesn't have to be. I just think some of you are dealing with that. This is on page 34. Now, this is about your emotions, Aries, to be honest with you. And, you know, Cancer is your 4th house, so we're going to be moving from your 3rd house of Gemini to your 4th house of Cancer on the zodiac wheel. So things at the end of June is going to become very centered around home, around family. You're going to have a new moon there next month, so it's emotional. It's emotional stuff. I'm not surprised to see that there's more of an emphasis on hope in Cancer season. So this card says, Dear One, when my vampire high priestess of water visits you, it's a reminder to you that all things change like the powerful element she represents. Water is transforming. It flows in rivers, makes waves in the vast ocean, and turns to hard cold ice, and it disappears as hot steam. Water can change into snowflakes, white fluffy clouds, and rain. When you draw the symbol of water, it signifies a time when things in your life are changing. They're changing shape right before your eyes. Go with the flow, as those changes are powerful signs of wondrous experiences, lessons, and gifts. Even if you don't understand these changes at the moment, you will later. Very beautiful, Aries. So, yeah, the High Priestess of Water, you guys may have specific water energy. You may have a Cancer rising, a Cancer moon, a Scorpio rising, Scorpio moon, maybe some Pisces energy there. But yeah, this is about things changing and going with the flow, keeping hopeful, okay? And now let's read from Hope, okay? Which is to me an Aquarius energy, but you know, it's about keeping faith as well in a time of change. And this is on page 80. All right. When you choose the symbol of hope, know that no matter what temporary setbacks there may be in your life now, light will return. When the moon is hidden in the darkest forest, it is hard to see your next step, and it is easy to give in to fear that there will never be safety or light again. I am here to guide you when you have lost your way, whispering to you to maintain faith that good things will come your way once more. Take one step towards your dream, and I will take 2 steps towards you to help you achieve it. Have hope, and only good will come of it. I love it. So this is emotional hope. This is hope during times of great change. Going with the flow and just trusting, Aries, is what I'm feeling here. And there's definitely something about the moon cycles and water sign energy, and there's something here about your divine purpose as well. So I'm just going to show you here before we post these up. This is your light and your dark. Okay, there may be some dark emotions that you're feeling. There may be something that you're not aware of emotionally. There may be something about a water sign that you're not aware of. I got this message for Pisces as well, and what I told them is that what you don't know is that there's hope in June. Okay, because this is something, remember, that you're not aware of, Aries, something that's a little bit under the surface. So some of you guys could be hiding the way that you feel because of this High Priestess of Water. You know, you might not be aware that everything is changing right before your eyes. You may not be aware of the flow, but you are aware of your divine purpose. You are aware that whatever happens in June is purposeful. Okay, Aries? So let's go ahead and break June down by week. I'm going to get a card for each week of June. And I already shuffled the cards, and ironically, the Emperor card showed up as I was shuffling and meditating on your energy. So this, I love when this happens. It only happens for certain signs during certain times, but I love when this happens because it's a confirmation for me that Aries energy has been invoked. You know, and this could also be talking about empowerment, authority, control, a father figure, because that's what the Emperor talks about, Aries. But this is your ruling card, and when this happens, I like to take a look behind the ruling tarot card just to see what's going on. And we do have the Queen of Swords, Aries. So that Gemini energy is really, really important for you, okay, in June, because we have the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords represents what you think, what you say. You know, communication. This is a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius woman. It could be a lawyer. Someone here, there could be a lawyer or someone who works with law. Very intellectual woman here. If you have Gemini, Aquarius, Libra energy in your chart, then this could definitely be you. But I feel like this is a conversation that you want to have, Aries, in Gemini season or just in June in general. This is about your mind and your communication because of the 3rd house energy that you're going through. So yeah, and this looks like someone who may be talking to you, male or female. This is about clarity. This is about truth. This is about your voice, Aries, saying what you mean and meaning what you say, cutting out the bullshit. But someone here has some authority and intellect, some intellectual authority. You may be speaking out with power, okay? Very, very nice, Aries, the Queen of Swords. Now that is an air sign showing up as well. That may be important for June. So what are the messages for Aries for June 2019? Holy crap. Okay, we have the 5 of Wands coming out first. This is also a card that was in the Pisces reading, I think. Actually, no, this card came out with the Aquarius. This card came out in the Aquarius reading, okay? And it is June 13th as I'm recording this, so the first week of June has already come by. So the majority of you have probably already experienced this conflict, have already experienced this, I don't know, this hostility. 5 of Wands. It is fire energy, Aries. So this is going to be a different message for you than what it would be for someone else, because I think you can kind of handle this passion differently than what, say, Aquarius or Cancer would, okay? So this is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. We'll talk a little bit more about that 5 of Wands, but this tells me that the beginning of June was a little bit turbulent. There was a little bit of hostility with people around you. Might have been some kind of competition. And it could definitely be in regards to some sort of financial balance. You know, there could be people around you fighting about balance that is fair financially. Like someone in the situation, whether it's you or someone outside of you, Aries, like, to me, this is just conflict when it comes to 50-50 stuff, you know? because the Six of Pentacles is an underlying energy here of your first week of June. So there was just some conflict based on fairness. Like, it's not fair that someone has to pay more of something than another person. For others of you, this is literally just experiencing some sort of a, you know, conflict that needs to change in yourself. If you're not dealing with other people, or if you're not dealing with money battles, or someone who's fighting over who has to pay for what, and la 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 la. It could be dealing with an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or a Libra, because we have the balance scale there. But this is the equal give and take, that there's some conflict that has to do with it, okay? And this is also my court money card, so I don't know if there's any legal shit going on here where there's a battle in court where, you know, there could be even like a marriage or something. But there's these two people right here on their knees. There's three people in this card. One of these people are in kind of a well-off spot. They're trying to be very balanced, and they're giving crumbs to beggars. So this is the card of charity as well. So Aries, I'm not sure which end of the spectrum you guys all fall on. You could be anyone in this situation. You could be fighting for financial balance. You could be the person in the middle here where you're responsible for these two people, and that's, you know, contributing to the lack of financial balance or the conflict. Because there might be people that always come to you for a handout. You know what I mean? These two people, and it's like you're giving them crumbs because you don't want to give away more than what you're receiving. It's very important the first week of June that you're financially balanced and not feeling like you give more than you take or take more than you give, or anyone else in the situation too. So let's see what's going on for the second week of June. What's going on for the second week of June for Aries? Now, Aries, I wanted to say that now this is a Libra, okay? I just mentioned that you might be dealing with a Libra, and this is your opposite sign, so wow, okay, we'll talk about that here in a minute. I think some of you guys are dealing with court stuff in June, specifically the second week of June, which is where we are now. Or you could be dealing with your opposite sign, Libra. But what I was going to say is, after the Five of Wands popped out, the Queen of Pentacles almost popped out. Or it might have been the King of Pentacles, but I really think it was the Queen. So some of you guys could really be going through some conflict financially. Like, somebody just wants to be stable. Okay, someone really just wants to be stable. Somebody wants to be secure, especially financially. So I feel like the first week of June, the main argument here, the main conflict going on, the main competition was over money. And I feel like there's more than two people involved with money. It could be in a home environment. You know what I mean? You guys could just be trying to save up for something interesting or something important for yourself. And I don't know, I just think there's money matters coming up because of the cards surrounding this Five of Wands, okay? Now, the second week of June, we have the Justice card. So balance is reiterated again here. Very important that you're balanced, Aries. There could be a specific Libra, sun, moon, or rising that is important the second week, okay? But the thing is here, we have an underlying energy of the Three of Swords. So I feel like some of you guys are going through separation from maybe a Libra, someone with Libra energy, or the court is involved with this separation. And that would make sense why balance is really important to you financially, because when you go through a divorce and stuff like that, you know, sometimes there's child support stuff, sometimes there's also other things that get argued about, you know, the home, the car, things like that. Pardon me, Aries, I'm going to plug in my light. Alright, I'm so happy my computer didn't just die, because sometimes that happens. Alright guys, so yeah, this is definitely a divorce for some of you guys. If you're not married, then it could be a separation, or you could just be feeling kind of heartbroken. Somebody here could be feeling heartbroken, betrayed. There could be a third party, one of which who is a Libra, because the Three of Swords is sometimes a third party, okay? But there's some heartbreak here. There's an underlying energy of heartbreak the second week of June, and I feel like you're trying to balance that out. Okay, again, the court could be involved with this, and I feel like if you are going through a divorce, it's because there was too much conflict coming into June. Underlying energy here of the Three of Swords. Somebody wants justice here over betrayal, over heartbreak, over some sort of loss. If you're not going through a heartbreak or some kind of breakup, it's a split. Like, it's, you know, we don't really need a reason to feel heartbroken. Sometimes we just do, you know, and this is that Chiron energy of wounds, like heart wounds. If none of that applied, Aries, this is my card for speaking from the heart. Some of you may need to have heart-to-heart conversations with people in order to rebalance some stuff the second week of June, okay? Very important that there's harmony here and fairness. There may be a head-over-heart decision to make here as well. So let's keep on going, Aries. Let's see what the third week of June is for you. What's the third week of June for Aries? Give me one card for the third week of June. And this is a very important week, you guys. A lot of energy this week. So what's going on for the third week of June for Aries? All right. We have the King of Wands, which is a Leo, an Aries, or a Sagittarius. This is definitely an energy that you can take on, Aries, whether you're a male or a female. This is the card of action. Okay, because there's definitely some legal action that someone's taken this month, okay? Not all of you, but some of you. And we do have two fire energies right surrounding the Justice card. So I don't know if someone has a temper here. Someone here might be having a temper because of the Five of Wands and the King of Wands, okay? And I feel that there is kind of something here about victory if you're dealing with court, because we have the 5 and the King, and he's holding one wand. 5 plus 1 wand is 6 of Wands. So there is a subtle hint of victory here behind the scenes going on, especially if you're dealing with court or Libra, like legal action that's victorious. The underlying energy here is the 6 of Cups, though. So some of you guys have children. Some of you guys have little Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius children. This could be someone who's younger than you, but straight up, I feel like this is someone from your past coming back the third week of June, Aries. Okay, because the 6 of Cups is a very nostalgic energy. This could be you, or a fire sign man, or a very attractive man. Alright, this could be the man, if you guys were going through divorce and cheating, if there was a third party, sometimes the King of Wands is the other man, just like the Queen of Wands is the other woman. So it doesn't matter what the zodiac sign is of this person. There could just be another person involved, another man or something like that. One of which is a little bit more familiar to you, someone who walked away or someone you had to walk away from in the past. They could be a water sign, I don't know, but this is very familiar energy. Okay, it could be a childhood friend, it could be very nostalgic, this person. They remind you of a younger time in your life, right? You guys could have been childhood sweethearts or high school sweethearts, but this is the soulmate. So there is a soulmate vibration coming up here for the third week of June, Aries, which I love to see. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy that I looked underneath this because I wasn't going to look any further. Now some of you are really juggling two different things, people or places, and you're going to have to drop, you know, something that you're hanging on to, all right? But we have the Page of Swords here, the Lovers, and the 6 of Cups. Now, the 6 of Cups and the Lovers, it could be a Gemini, or this could happen in Gemini season. But the Lovers, this is twin flame soulmate stuff, Aries, okay? Alright, you guys want to look into the twin flame stuff and the soulmate. A soulmate is someone you knew from a past life. A twin flame is somebody you were created with. You know, they're half of your soul. But this looks like you have a choice between two people. Somebody might be at a distance from your past, you know what I mean? But I think you guys have a decision to make about a lover from the past. Okay, there is a Gemini here, but this is a choice. I think you have to choose between someone you're with now and someone from your past. And we have the Page of Swords. It could be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or there could be some spying going on. You know, there might be someone from your past who still has a connection with you, who's kind of spying on you. You may be spying on them, Aries. But the Page of Swords is someone younger. I do feel like this is someone younger, or there's an age difference here. You may be younger than them, alright? But the Page of Swords is a young air sign energy, or they just kind of communicate youthfully. You know, they're not the King of Swords, they're not the Knight of Swords, so they need to mature a little bit mentally. But the Page of Swords is some kind of message coming in as well. You guys may get a message from someone, a love message here, and it might be from the past. Something is going on here, Aries. No wonder the King of Wands is there. So let's get the last week of June. What's the fourth and final week of June for Aries? We have the Hermit and we have the Nine of Swords. So we've got a specific Virgo here at the end of June. We have Libra. We had Gemini show up. Okay, so if you're dealing with those signs, fine. They're coming up. But if you're not, that's fine too. Underlying energy, Aries, is the Tower, telling me that June is full of surprises for you guys. I wouldn't be surprised if there's certain things that, you know, come crumbling down because they were built on false foundations. We'll look more into that underlying energy when I'm done explaining each week. But yeah, there's something here unexpected, which doesn't have to be bad. It's just something that you don't see coming. It could be the end of a job. It could be the end of a relationship, a home environment that someone has to move out of. But yeah, there's definitely something here, underlying energy of the Tower. Okay, some kind of shakeup. Anyway, Aries, let's take this from the top and try to make all this make sense for all of you. So most of you have already experienced this for the first week of June because we've already passed that. We're actually headed into the third week of June pretty shortly here. So the first half of the month, I feel, is pretty much already over. We're headed into the second half of the month, all right? So yeah, there's something here that about the first week of June that seemed a bit conflicting, right? There may have been a specific fight. It could have been a physical fight. But I always say with the Five of Wands, if you take a close look here, it is a bit hostile, but nobody's hitting each other, okay? Nobody's hurting each other just yet. Goodness gracious. Like, I don't know what that noise is. I feel like somebody is mowing the lawn or something. Or it's a fucking scooter, yeah, outside of my fucking window. Sorry, Aries. Like, goodness gracious. And, you know, it's really interesting that as I'm holding this card up, I'm feeling that energy because I think somebody is pissed here. Right? I really do. I feel like this is this is a situation, Aries, that is very hostile. There's at least 5 people in the situation, and they all have something to express. They all have a temper. They all have something they're trying to manifest, but it is starting to collide a little bit with each other. Even though nobody's really getting physically hurt yet, no one's really hitting each other yet. But goodness, if you feel anything like I just felt, it's an irritability. And I think that was the first week of June for you guys. And it may have to do with a Libra. It may have something to do with, you know, fairness. Remember, the Six of Pentacles was there. So either way, balance has something to do with the first week of June and why this conflict is happening. This is something that needs to change for an Aries, a Leo, or Sagittarius. And it has something to do with the lack of balance. Possibly, it's probably financial for most of you. And it could even be a specific marriage. But yeah, this situation needs balance. It needs justice. Now, there is karma here as well. And we talked about lessons and stuff like that. We move into the second week of June, which is kind of where we are now for the next day or so. But we're headed into the third week. The second week of June, Aries, it's very important that you're balanced. Okay, there could be something karmic. This might be in relation to your divine purpose. There might be a court situation. There may be a lawyer or a judge or something that you need to see with the Justice card here. But someone may receive justice and balance, okay, the second week of June. It is a Libra. So somebody may have Libra energy here. Be very mindful of Libras the second week. Or if you're reflecting on this because you're watching later on in the month, then you want to ask yourself if there was any specific Libra energy or karmic energy that came up. This is the marriage card, though, you guys. And right here, it's like someone, the first half of June, if you're not married, you might be married to somebody at a soul level. You might be, you know, in a karmic contract. But there's some conflict going on with a marriage. And remember, the Three of Swords was here. So some of you guys, your marriage might be on the rocks because of all the arguing, because of the conflict, because of the competition. You know, I do feel like there are some Aries that are watching that have multiple love suitors. Like, you have multiple people interested in you. And that might be coming out, you know, as the truth, and that might be causing a little bit of hostility as well. But it's just important that you're balancing out all these this ruckus, this chaos energy with the Justice card, okay, the second week of June. And then we move into the third week of June, which is what we're about to start. It's June 13th. I say that June 14th is the last day of the second week. June 13th is the third week here. And you've got the King of Wands. There's something that you're going to want to do, Aries, because the King of Wands, even though he's sitting down, he is a king that represents action, passionate action, and he's a master. Every king and every queen is a master in tarot. So there's something here about mastering, you know, your own element of fire, and this is definitely mastering somebody's temper as well. With these 3 cards, the first, the second, and the third week of June, it's like someone here comes out of a situation feeling a lot more balanced and a lot more tempered, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm telling you, I am picking up on someone here who kind of rages out pretty quickly. And you know, Aries, that is a trait that some of you guys deal with, being ruled by Mars. I mean, you're ruled by the god of war. All right, so there's just energies like this going on inside you all the time, right? And Mars is in Cancer, your 4th house. Some of this could be happening in the home. There could definitely be home and family battles going on here that definitely need balance. But this is talking about, this is you, Aries, okay? But it's a Leo man for some of you, or someone who's very attractive if this isn't you. But it is a fire sign leader, and we already talked about leadership. This card does talk about leadership, okay? And I just want to show you here, it's like, I don't know if there's something you need to express in court, or if there's some kind of action that you want to take, but the King of Wands is looking right at this Libra, looking right at this Justice card. So yeah, definitely some kind of action that I feel you want to take the 3rd week of June. Remember, this is an important week because this is when we shift to Cancer season, from Gemini season to Cancer. This is the summer solstice energy, and this is also the full moon in Sagittarius. So this could very well be a Sagittarius energy. Maybe that Sagittarius full moon is going to really help you as far as fire energy, because Sag is a fire sign as well. But yeah, this is passion, this is manifestation, this is expression. You know, and it's very mature energy. Like someone here wants to be mature about this situation. The King of Wands, male or female, this is someone who is very mature and has mastered their temper. This King of Wands is looking over at the justice of the situation. Aries, the first 3 weeks of June, or just June in general, you may watch a situation happen. You may watch somebody get karma for a situation. You guys are definitely, it's like, I think you're watching something, and you may not be taking part in this conflict, okay? Because you know that if you do, you may snap. Like, I feel like there's a fire sign here who's trying to be really balanced and fair. And you're literally waiting on karma. You're waiting on justice for the situation. Maybe by the 3rd week of June, you are reflecting on the conflict that took place the 1st week of June and the justice that took place the 2nd week of June. I think someone gets a front row seat here to karma, honestly. However that applies, okay? And it could be relationship stuff, because Libra does represent your 7th house of relationships. So it could very well be a relationship battle. It could be family, especially because Mars is in the 4th house. It could be about a home. It could be about money. Maybe it's about all those things, Aries. Now, the 4th and final week of June, how you end June, we have the Hermit and the 9 of Swords. So some of you could be dealing with Virgo anxiety. Some of you guys could be up late at night thinking about a specific Virgo energy, sun, moon, or rising. Because there is watch out for Virgo, okay? We have angels and archangels here. This is an angel, this is an archangel, Libra, Virgo. That's the angelic realms of the zodiac. There may be a Virgo at the end of the month that is important. Now, for those of you who are not dealing with Virgo, this is talking about reflecting. This came out in the Pisces reading. Reflecting on what it is that has you up late at night, Aries. Why are you losing sleep at the end of June? You're going to need to go inward, internally, to analyze this anxiety. Okay, because we literally have someone here who's reflecting on something that's making them anxious. They're worrying. So if you're feeling worried at the end of June, the message here is to go inward, okay, to meditate, to be very wise, because some of you are out there having specific nightmares. I don't know if you're going to have a nightmare or a specific dream about a Virgo, but again, the Hermit card is about wisdom. It's about going inward, and it is about isolation and solitude. So some of you guys feel alone at nighttime, so much so that you really don't sleep until like 4 a.m. or something like that, because the Hermit is isolated. Some of you guys are really anxious because you're not getting out enough, Aries. Like, this is someone who's alone with their own anxiety at the end of June, and I don't like to see that, right? Because you're very worried about this. There's insomnia here. There's negative thoughts. It's like you lay up late at night with all these thoughts in your head about how alone you are, about how alone you feel, because there is a difference between being alone and feeling alone. You could be around 5 people and you may feel alone, especially if they're behaving like this, you know? So yeah, there's someone here who feels alone with their worries. Someone here feels worried that they're always going to be alone. So if you have anxiety at the end of June, you know, it may help you to spend some time alone so that you can reflect wisely on how the hell you can get out of this nightmare. Okay, it's something that you want to end, Aries, because this is very close to the 10 of Swords, which is an ending. But the 9 of Swords is not quite an ending yet. But you're wanting it to be. You're wanting this cycle to complete, and you're reflecting on this anxiety. Okay, again, some of you may have anxiety about someone with Virgo energy, but I feel like for most of you, this is just about feeling alone. You know, you guys just feel a bit lonely. Yeah, this is someone who wakes up at night, like you just feel lonely, you know? Like this is someone who literally feels lonely and alone. But, you know, it may help you to shift your perception to solitude. Like I get to be on my own. A lot of Aries I know are on their own. You guys are used to being alone, and it's because you're the first zodiac sign. So once upon a time, there was just the ram. You know what I mean? So a lot of Aries I know are alone, but you know, I have been noticing a lot of Aries shifting that energy lately. I don't know what shift happened, but a lot of my Aries friends are in relationships now. They're not living as much alone, but I'm feeling that some of that energy may return. Some of that lonely energy may return, and I think it's happening, Aries, just so that you can reflect on this instead of allowing it to consume you. Okay, there's definitely something here that you're reflecting on, and it's linked. Maybe it's a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or maybe this is just mental. Maybe this is just dark mental thoughts that you need to reflect on. I kind of like that energy. I like it with the Hermit there. Okay, because that's advice to stay hopeful, which you did have that message of hope over here. The Hermit is hopeful. The Hermit is on a soul journey. Very wise. One of my favorite cards. So there's just some anxiety. It may or may not be linked to this Tower, okay? Because this Tower is telling me that there's an underlying energy here. You know, this conflict is causing things to crumble. This is crumbling in the name of justice. You're going to want to take action while this is crumbling, Aries, because something is just not working out anymore. This is going to cause you anxiety. It's going to make you feel alone. Let's check out this underlying energy. We have the Tower, obviously. Some kind of shock. All right. It might be an ending to a marriage for some of you guys. Or a relationship, commitment, an ending to a home environment, especially with Mars there. This is the Mars card. So there is an underlying energy of the planet Mars, okay? And you guys want to make sure you're following where Mars is. Mars is with Mercury right now. So Mars, Mercury, and the North Node are all in Cancer. So some of these Mars-related energies coming up are extremely destined with the North Node in Cancer. Like, we're meant to go in that direction, okay? This may or may not be financial, okay? There could be something that ended with an earth sign, a Taurus, a Virgo, a Capricorn. This is Taurus specifically. There could be something that's crumbling down with a Taurus man for some of you. Now, there's a king and there's two kings here. So I am picking up on a fire sign and an earth sign. And if it's not a fire sign or earth sign, it's someone who's wealthy. It's someone who's secure and stable, that you're codependent. But then there's this other person that you're passionate about. Or this could be you, Aries, in a different person. If so, you guys are both quite masculine. There may be same-sex couples here. Or if you're a female, there may be two different men. This may be what is causing some of your anxiety. Whatever is the source of your anxiety at the end of June, you're going to need to reflect and go inward and how to solve that, how to remove that, okay? How to help that. Because there is a new passionate start. For some of you, it's with that Capricorn, okay? This is beautiful to get for you, Aries, because it's after an ending. After something ends financially, this could very well be the ending to a job for somebody, okay? If you're dealing with an earth sign man, they may lose their job. They may go through some kind of Tower moment, which is just a little mini ending. It shakes up your life. It's not a bad card, though, because look, this had to end with this person, or this had to end so that you could start this new passionate spark, okay? And this is definitely happening for you, Aries, possibly around the 3rd week of June. There's going to be new ideas. This may be a sexual encounter. This is passion. This is a great card for a fire sign, okay? It's a new beginning, passionately. And now it may be with a Capricorn, okay? Because we have the Devil card here. There is something here about, now this is lust. Some of you guys are very much lusting after someone. There may be a lustful encounter, because the Ace of Wands is a sexual encounter. The Devil card is lust. So when you see these two cards together, yeah, definitely someone here you're really attracted to. It could be a Virgo. It doesn't have to be, though. It could be a damn Capricorn. But let me just talk a little bit more about this card, because this could also be toxic. This could be something you feel chained to. This could be something you feel bound to. It could be toxic. I'm not really feeling that, though, Aries, because it's with the Ace of Wands. So I think this is just passion. I think there's someone here that you're passionate about. Now, again, this could be a lesson. It could be a karmic partner, because this is still a soulmate energy. I mean, these two people are still here with each other. So, you know, they may feel a little bit chained, but that's because there's a bind. I don't feel it negatively. But this is coming up right here with this Virgo, with this Nine of Swords, anxiety. So yeah, this is a dark mindset. This is your shadow side, Aries, that you need to control. Okay, and we have the Page of Wands here and the Nine of Wands. So yeah, there's also a indication here of someone who's burdened financially. Again, you know, someone here, there might be a job that's heavy, because this is the 9 and the Page. So that's basically the 10 of Wands. You know what I mean? I don't know if there's someone who's defensive here. This could very well be you, Aries. This could be a younger person, a child even. But there's some kind of new journey that you want to start, Aries. This is heavy fire. Excuse me. This is heavy fire energy. And the Page of Wands has now lowered that wand. They're lowering their defense. So this could very well be a Leo, because Leo had a message in their reading about lowering their wall, lowering this defense. Okay, or it could be you, Aries, or a Sag. But there's some kind of passionate message here, okay? The fact that you have the Page of Wands and the Ace of Wands, there's definitely an underlying energy here in June that has something to do with this new adventure. This is a message, a passionate message. It may be lustful. It may be from a Capricorn or a fire sign, or it could be you, Aries, expressing this to a Capricorn or whatever. Okay, but this looks very passionate. The Devil card is not surrounded by any other bad things. I mean, if anything, there could just be the ending to a toxic job, and you guys may start something more passionate. And if it's not a job, it's just a toxic financial situation where you're codependent on someone. All right, but there's definitely a passionate spark, and I think it's very, very sexual. I think it's very, very lustful with this Ace of Wands here. New beginning. Especially with someone with Capricorn energy. You know, you do have the King of Pentacles as well, which is my Taurus man, but it could also be a Capricorn. It could also be a Virgo. You have heavy earth in your reading. There could be a new passionate spark here. There could be a new job here, which is kind of interesting, because something falls apart, but something starts. It's more passionate. It could be an earth sign individual, or just someone who's stable with money. And then we're back to the underlying energy here, okay? You may feel like everything's falling apart, Aries, but really it's falling together so that you can start this new passionate start, okay? It's great. I think it's great. Definitely Capricorn here, and definitely earth sign energy. So, Aries, you know, you have fire, you have air, you don't have pentacles or water. So there may be something here about grounding yourself emotionally. There may be something here, like, I think finances and emotions are kind of merging. Like, how you feel about money, they're going hand in hand, because you have air. You have the Nine of Swords. Now, sure, you're going through some anxiety here. But the Justice card is also a symbol of air, because there's a sword there. So it's like there's something here that needs balance for sure. Some conflict, you know, and you have Wands. There's something here that needs to be controlled, Aries. Make sure you control yourself if you're dealing with any conflict in June. Okay, because you're coming out as the King of Wands the 3rd week of June, which is someone who can control their temper, someone who is a leader, someone who can manifest easily, someone who is the master, you know what I mean, mature energy here. And again, you have no pentacles, you have no water. So it's like there's a missing element of the grounding beneath your feet. You need to ground yourself, especially emotionally. And I don't know how you feel, Aries, because there's no water here. So you may be kind of withholding how you feel, just like I suspected with this High Priestess of Water. So that's what I have for you, Aries, for June. Hopefully that resonated. If it did, and you'd like me to take a look at your personal energy, you want a personal reading, please look in my description box for any additional information that you might need. Or if you have any questions, you can email me. So yeah, guys, have a great June. Hopefully you have a great summer solstice, all right? And the next time we talk will be on the Sagittarius full moon, so I hope to see you guys in the comment section under that video. And if I don't see you there, I'll talk to you guys in July. Bye!